everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you guys are here. It is Tasty Tuesday and today we are going to be making Lunch Lady brownies. So I'm going to turn the camera around. We're going to bake these together. All right, so for the ingredients, we're going to be needing 1 cup of melted butter, so I'll melt that. We'll need also a 1/4 cup of butter softened for the frosting. So I have all my butter there. We need a 1/2 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, and then we'll need 4 eggs. I have 4 eggs there. 4 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And then, so that's for the brownie part, and then for the frosting, the 1/4 cup butter softened, a 1/4 cup of milk, and then a 1/4 cup of the unsweetened cocoa, and then 3 cups of powdered sugar, which I think I'll have enough here. If not, I have another bag of powdered sugar. So I'm going to get the ingredients all measured out, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to put it all together. All right, so I got the mixer out. What we're going to do first, I have my 9x13 baker lined with foil. I need to spray that, and I'll do that just before I put the brownie into the pan. So we're going to add, looking at my recipe, add the butter and cocoa, and then we're going to mix that until it's smooth. So I have 1 cup of melted butter. Add that in there. And then a 1/2 cup of the cocoa. We'll add that in. So we're going to mix this until it is smooth. Check it to see if it's nice and smooth. Scrape down the edges a little bit. All right, so that's nice and smooth. Now we're going to add in the flour and sugar. So I have 2 cups of flour measured out, so I'm going to pour that in. 2 cups of the sugar, which seems like an awful lot. This reminds me of the Texas brownies that I make. Hopefully these are going to taste just as good. All right, so we're just going to beat them together. So I'm going to put the paddle back down, lock it in place, and start mixing it up. So now I have that mixed in together. I'm going to add the 4 eggs and 4 teaspoons of vanilla. Let's move this over on this side. And then the 4 teaspoons of vanilla. Now we're just going to mix this. They said the batter will be thick. Don't overmix. I'm going to lock it into place and mix that in together. So I have the batter all mixed. I'm looking outside. The rain just started and oh my goodness, it's coming down like buckets. All right, so it's nice and thick. Let me unplug. I'm gonna bring my pan over and we're gonna put this in the pan. All right, so I have my pan, like I said, lined with tin foil and spray. We're just going to scrape our brownie batter in here, and it is really thick. Everything off my spatula here. All right, so we're gonna put this in a 350-degree oven and we're gonna bake it for 25 to 30 minutes or until the toothpick insert in the center comes out clean. I'll be back once we get that out and then we'll do up the frosting. Okay, so the brownies have been out for about 15 minutes. You want to put the frosting on it while it was still warm, so I let it cool for 15. Now we're going to mix up the frosting and pour that on top of the brownies. Okay, so for the frosting, I have 3 cups of powdered sugar in here, a 1/4 cup of the cocoa, so we're going to add that in, and then a 1/4 cup softened butter, so I have that in here, and then a 1/4 cup of milk. I'm just going to put that in there. We're just going to mix this all together until it's smooth. Alright, so it's all smooth. I'm going to get the paddle off and then we're going to put it in the brownies. Alright, so we're going to scrape out the frosting and frost these brownies. These are thicker than the Lunch Lady brownies that I remember from back in the day. Some of my favorites from school lunches, oh so many years ago, was the rectangle pizza that we would get was my favorite. We had hot ham sandwiches. That was my favorite. And then our snack that they always included in our meal, usually on Fridays, usually with pizza day, we would get what we called the Lunch Lady brownies or the brownies. They were so good. These ones are a little bit thicker from what I remember, so we'll just see if they taste just as good, if not better, with them being homemade. I'm sure that theirs weren't from scratch. Get all my frosting off here. And I'm just going to spread over the brownies. And you want to, like I said, put the frosting on while the brownies are still warm. Give it a turn without getting frosting all over everything that's on my finger. right, well, I'm gonna let these completely cool, and then I'm gonna cut up one for me, and then I will give it a taste test. I will be back. All right, so there it is. Still just a little bit warm, but I wanted to dive in and take a little taste test. My husband's already tried to bite and he likes it. That is really good. I will have a link down below in the description bar for the recipe. You guys can check that out. And until next time, remember to live a little, laugh a lot, and love always. Bye, guys.